here in Carbondale, Illinois, on December the 10th, 2021, the SIU campus in the Phantom quarters of where the museum is at. This is human rights.
All right. She's behind the mask.
Given to
We could do a quick one out if you're comfortable. It's up to you. We're all done. How is this? I'll say we're all close. All right. 1, 2, 3.
Okay, now look at me. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Thank you.
Carmelita would like to say a few words at this time.
We at the Carbondale Learning Center want to say thank you again from the bottom of our hearts, because everything that we're able to do there, we feel that we're the arms of compassion for the community of Carbondale. I look at that building some nights and I see plates and I see leftover silverware from eating out and people's clothes that they've brought and blankets, and the people who have brought their deceased loved ones stuff over and are so honored to have it go to something. And everything that comes in that door is meaningful to us, and it's meaningful to the individuals that we serve. And we continue to operate rooted in humanity, dignity, and empathy for all those that we serve, whether they're coming to our door or whether we have to meet them someplace in the community. And that's okay, because they still deserve it all. We're grateful to be honored. We are humbled to be honored like this. And we appreciate all of the support from our community. Thank you so much.
Hey, you're all invited to come out now and have some refreshments. Congratulations.
It was 21 people, including me and the cameraman.
I grew up in this town. My name is Charlie Howell. My dad was a member
This
here.
is everybody
And I
who
was
came
very
to the awards ceremony.
responsible over there. And the reason this was able to come about was several years ago, people were sleeping on the streets. The only place they had to go was the public library or the police station, a couple of places like that. So we saw a need in this community. And then one year, when we had this 11 days of peace ceremony, thing that we do up at the public library, the idea came about for the theme that year of caring and compassion. Let's be a caring and compassionate city. We tried to get that idea approved with our county board. They did not approve it. But our city council here in Carbondale did. And that's one of the reasons we have this learning center, is because we were voted and agreed that somebody needs to care for those who are unfortunate and come to our community. And those who brought about 11 days of peace, one of them is no longer with us, Hugh Muldoon. Done assessment in the public library. Royce Ayala is no longer here in this community. Scott Martin, former B guy, left here to go to Minnesota to be with his grandchildren. He was with the Interfaith Council. All these groups contributed to make possible this organization. We are a unique community, and we should be proud of it. Thank you.
Thank you very much for those words. And again, please join us for a reception.
Y'all pay close attention to what they was saying, because I'm gonna counter some of this here. My son was in the war in the Senate, ran by the person who just got this award, and I'm gonna tell you what they thought about my dead son. Good blessed Friday evening, December the 10th, 2021 is about 4:30, I believe, p.m. I could be wrong. I'm getting old. But I'm here in Carbondale, Illinois, on the corner of Oakland and Sycamore Street, 400 West on 400 West on Sycamore and 400 North on Oakland Street here in Carbondale, Illinois. I just came from earlier today. I just came from the Southern Illinois University, SIU. I think it's called the Fana Hall, F-A-N-E-R Hall, and it was in the museum part because this association, they was honoring the Warming Center here in Carbondale, Illinois, with a human rights award. And I videoed the people that they was giving the award to for the sole purpose because the individual that runs that particular Warming Center, I got the chance to meet her, and she said she knew my son. And I was talking to a couple of guys that wasn't inside of the Warming Center, but in the parking lot on the other side of the Warming Center. And she came out and told me I don't need to be talking to them. You know, I thought they might have been prisoners or something, that she told me I don't need to be talking to them. I need to talk to her. Because I guess she overheard me asking them, did they know my son? About my son being hung. And she told me she knew my son. Matter of fact, at the time, I gave her about 4 obituaries of my son. And she told me she worked on the ambulance before, like I used to work on there. And she heard about the way my son was hung, and ain't no way he could be hung. He could do that himself. And then she told me that she knew every one of the people, because my son used to stay in the Warming Center sometime, and she knew all the people that stayed there. That was her job, to know them. And she said he wasn't suicidal, that she done spoke with him on numerous occasions, and he was speaking about trying to get off drugs. How y'all doing? I'm speaking about my son. He was found hung in this building on March the 19th, 2021, this year. They claim he had committed suicide, but his hand was balled up with money. You see what I'm saying? And he was hanging by a belt. His T-shirts was found on the 3rd floor in this building. A female claimed she found his T-shirts in there in the midst of winter, but his body around there. But they trying to say it's suicide, but I'm not letting it go. His name was Brian Johns. If any of y'all get on social internet, go to Raymond, R-A-Y-M-O-N-D, I-V-I-V-Y YouTube channel, and you will see it. There's a lot of people in here that didn't know it. They said it was a death investigation. If it's a death investigation, you want to talk to the community. They never put it in the newspaper. Ain't that something? Never heard of it, did you? But, his name was Brian Johns. It happened March the 19th, 2021. And you've been living here for a while? Ain't that something? You ain't heard nothing about it. The only way people is hearing about it is because they listen to my YouTube channel. That's why I studied come here, because I know my son didn't commit suicide. Hey, God bless y'all, man, and keep me in your prayers, man. All right, thank you a lot. Yes, sir. Now, you see this here's a man been living here all his life, living right down the street, him and the female with him. And they ain't heard nothing about it. You know why they ain't heard nothing about it? Is because the police, the NAACP, and this lady from the shelter, back to her that's running the shelter. Go, 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 go. Lady that's running the shelter, that was a dog following behind me. Lady that's running the shelter getting the award today, but she wouldn't. She told me don't mention her name to the police, because she got to deal with the police every day. But if you sitting here with the governor on December the 6th, just now sitting there with the governor in front of the Warming Center, there's money involved. You see what I'm saying? It's okay that you speak about the Warming Center, a place where my son was stayed at, but yet you don't want to speak to the public. You see, the police won't speak to the public. You see, the police won't get it in the newspaper, but yet you sitting here getting all these awards. It's all about money.
It ain't about the human rights. You don't give a doggone about them people in that place, in that warming center. All you thinking about is you. If you thought about the people in the warming center, me and a couple other people that was there saying, why didn't you and the people that from the staff of the warming center bring a couple of people from the warming center to the university? You didn't want to do that because, y'all look at them like y'all look at my son. What I'm going to bring some homeless people around there for? You see what I'm saying? Y'all don't care about them people. I'll be back again, y'all. Peace out. As I get ready to exit out of Carbondale, Illinois, I just want to let y'all know a few things. I got a chance to meet some of the people at the university. I was able to meet a law professor, female, and another female that you will see that's introducing the individuals that was getting the award. The one who introduced, she told me that introduced the ones who was getting the award. She told me that she watches my YouTube videos. But I just want to just say this here. One thing about it, I can see that it was all about getting publicity for doing something as far as human rights. But see, when you're doing human rights, you want to show some of the people that you are doing things for. You see, and you notice when you look at the beginning of the YouTube, you will notice that the females that was getting awards, it wasn't about what they was doing. It was about them. It was about money and getting attention. Did you take an inventory to see how many people in the community was there? You didn't have people in the community there. You had 21 people there, and that was including me and the individual that was doing the video. Now, me and him made 21. But also, when you hear the one guy that got up and talked, and he said who helped them get money and things for that warming center, he said the city council. Now, the city council was there. One of the city council members is an NAACP member. And the same one that was there, that's an NAACP member and a city council lady, the president of the NAACP go to their church. It's all about these women, black women, they're getting this money. You see what I'm saying? They're getting all this news attention. But can you imagine the lady that run the warming center know lots about my son? And knew, she said she know from what her experience as an EMT like me, the way they said he died, it didn't jive, but she didn't speak up about it. Again, Carbondale, Illinois is ran by white supremacists, Ku Klux Klans, whichever you want to call them, and sellout blacks. All you got to do is look. All they in the news. They getting the attention and the money. They showed you some good pictures of the nice clean beds in the warming center, but they ain't tell you nothing about some of the people that's being harmed by some of the people that coming out the warming center. And not only that, they ain't telling you about the deaths of the homeless people. You know why? Because they don't care. I'm gonna get out of here, y'all. The flag is at half staff. I know it ain't for my son, not in Carbondale. Peace be still. This is Friday, December the 10th, 2021. Back here in Charleston, Missouri, y'all. Just came from Carbondale, Illinois. Went to the Southern Illinois SIU University campus to the Fanner Hall. I believe it's F-A-N-E-R Hall. The museum part, where they was giving out an award for human rights. When you talking about human rights, you really kind of like showing what you doing for other human beings. you ain't sitting here, you know what I mean, getting self-glory. You ain't sitting here trying to get government money. And in Carbondale, that's what I see with the Warming Center and all of them. The Warming Center is connected with City Hall. City Hall is connected with the NAACP. The NAACP is connected with the Carbondale, Illinois Police Department in the city of Carbondale. And they connected to the newly elected this year prosecuting attorney. And I'm just gonna be straight up with y'all. What I seen today with this award, the lady that was getting it, I met her before, that runs the Warming Center. But I'm gonna tell y'all now, I don't want nobody to think I'm prejudiced, because I'm not. It's good. There's some good white people here in Charleston, Missouri. There's some good ones in Carbondale too. You see what I'm saying? It's some good ones down here that's in power. I seen one today, when I was going to my daughter's job, and she's doing a good job. You see what I'm saying? I ain't gonna mention her name or her position, but she's doing a good job. And when I talk about white supremacists or racist white folks, they know who they are. When I talk about sellout blacks, they know who they are. And when I was sitting in that college, on my way to getting to where the college, where they was having the award ceremony at, I got a chance to talk to a lot of black students on the campus. The campus is a big campus. That's what brings the money in Carbondale, Southern Illinois University. And a lot of the blacks there knew about what was going on with my son. But I awakened them because they asked me that I talk to the NAACP there in Carbondale, Illinois. And I let them know the NAACP ain't no different than the Carbondale Police Department, no different than the United Ku Klux Klan Department. You see what I'm saying? No different than that prosecuting attorney that's in Murphyboro, Illinois, that has the jurisdiction of Carbondale, which is Jackson County. You see, all of them, they put these black women in, and if it ain't you, don't let it bother. They put these black women in position in Carbondale. You see what I'm saying? And they not doing a doggone thing for the homeless people. You know what they doing they ain't doing no more for the homeless people. You see what I'm saying? When they get the government grant money, they got to give some of them. One of the people that was dealing with the government grant money, dealing with the Warming Center, they got rid of her because she stole a lot of money. But let me tell you another thing. When I was in Carbondale today, you remember they said my son's death was suicide. That's what Carbondale Police Department say. And some of the students wondered why the newspaper in Carbondale, the Egyptian, didn't publish my son's story. The Southern Illinois didn't publish my son's story. But when I was in Carbondale, Illinois today, I told them why they didn't publish it. And then in the police report doing their investigation, the police said that some female claimed my son had robbed her at the Center for Empowerment and Justice. And guess what I did today after I left SIU, after I left the campus? I went there and I talked to a black and a white guy that been there since 2017. And I showed him a picture of my son, and me and one of the other ones went down to the ABC liquor. The Arabs that own the liquor store, they knew my son, and some of the other people that out there that get high, they knew my son. But these two people that work at the Empowerment of Justice, Empowerment of Justice Center, they've been there since 2017, and they said they never heard about my son supposed to have been robbing a female inside of that place, which is real small, going in her pocket, snatching out $100. I wonder, was it a $100 bill? I wonder, was it five 20s? You see what I'm saying? Or was it 10? Was it 10 10s? You see what I'm saying? But they ain't heard nothing about it. See, the police, they had it so put together, fabricated together, they put in their report, they said a female said that she never reported it. Me and the two guys said, what homeless person gonna have $100 in their pocket? And when they go to this empowerment and justice center, they go to get help. Now, they said a female never made a police report. But if anybody in Carbondale or anywhere else know the female that my son allegedly went in her pocket and snatched out $100 and she didn't report it to the police, let her know that my son, his daddy, me, will give her $200 if you can find a person that said that she robbed it. It's a lot of things that they said that my son did, like they said he committed suicide, but he didn't. But all of them people that you seen, all them powerful people that you seen in the YouTube that I made when I was on the campus today, all that power, ain't none of them mention my son. Some of them work for the city as a city councilman. One of them in particular that's on the NAACP. You see what I'm saying? The lady that got the award, you'll see the 3 black ladies standing up there. Ain't none of them mentioning my son's death. You know why? Because he was homeless, and it's just like a racehorse. If the racehorse break their leg, they no longer no good for him. If a prize fighting dog get his mouth tore off and all his legs broke, he's no more good. That's what them people think about. The ones who's getting that award, that's what they think about the homeless. They don't care nothing about my son. But one thing about it, Raymond Lewis Ivy do, and always will. Peace be still.